Hey there, buddy boys. I've got a very special piece of candy corn here that I'd like to show you. It's the first time I've seen this particular kind of deformed candy corn. You see, it's got this interesting ridge along here, and you can see that, and it's also got a very deformed tip. But the ridge is really, this is the first time I've ever seen a ridge like this on a piece of candy corn. It's you can see it's got that white bit there, but the ridge is really the interesting part. It's that's the thing with this candy corn. Hey there, buddy boys. So today I have another interesting piece of candy corn to show you, and this one it's you see this manufacturing defect a lot, where you'll notice that the tip is not white on this. Let me show you a regular piece of candy corn for comparison. This is a good one. Now you'll notice that this one has like a slight manufacturing defect too, where you can see it's got a little bit of the orange in the yellow segment, but that's fairly common. The missing the white segment is much less common. And you can see here you can clearly see the white tip, but here there is no such white tip, and that's what makes this piece of candy corn really remarkable. Hey there, buddy boys. So today I've got another interesting piece of candy corn to show you. So it's this is again it's fairly common defect, but there are a few things that make this piece of candy corn slightly more interesting than your average one. So here's this candy corn. It's got the ridges, and you can see there's no white tip. That's the thing that I noticed about it first. But then I also noticed that I'm not sure if you can see that it's got these white lines here, white lines, yeah, and it also has the orange bit here. And more interestingly, this orange line where it actually goes down from the orange segment into the yellow segment, like it's like panhandle on a country like Afghanistan. And but yeah, these white lines are what makes this interesting compared to another piece of candy corn. Say this one, you'll notice it's the same defect. I mean, there are some things such as the tip on this one is different, but you'll notice there is that small bit of the orange in the yellow, but it's not. And oh, there's actually quite more than I expected. But you'll notice these white lines are not as noticeable. That's what really the lack of the tip and the white lines and the what was it? This line I found very interesting, and that's why I think this piece of candy corn is interesting. Hey there, buddy boys. So today I've got another piece of candy corn to show you. It's this one is fairly interesting. It's the difference in this one is kind of you don't have to know what you're looking for, but you'll notice when you see it. So here's the piece of candy corn. You'll notice that let me just grab a normal piece. Is this yes, this looks about normal. You'll notice the difference is it's a little shorter than usual. But what I really noticed about it was the orange section is very short compared to the yellow section, and usually it's the other way around, where you have a very large orange section. I mean, that usually takes up the white section. That's why seeing them without the white tip is so common. But I don't think I've seen very many. I think that the yellow being this much larger is less common, and I don't think I've ever seen one that's entirely yellow. I've seen the entirely orange ones, but never entirely yellow. That's I'd like to see that someday, but that's what I think makes this piece of candy corn remarkable. And you'll also notice it's again got this is very common even on like pieces of candy corn that aren't very defective. This is very common, I've noticed, and that's what this makes this piece of candy corn very remarkable. Hey there, buddy boys. So today I've got another piece of candy corn I want to show you. This one this is really a textbook case of missing the white tip. Like this is probably one of the best examples I've seen in a bit, where you'll notice that the tip is it's just perfect. This is a perfect piece of candy corn, other than the fact that it's missing the tip. No other you see, there's no, usually on these ones you'll have a more distinctive orange splotches in the yellow section. I've noticed that, but this one does. This one seems to be lacking them. There aren't very many, and but yeah, the lack of the white tip, that's fairly common, but this one is a really good example of it, and everything else about this is a perfect candy corn except the orange. It's taken up the white, and that's what I think makes this candy corn interesting. So, hey there, buddy boys. So today I've got another piece of candy corn I wanted to show you, and so here it is. It's you'll notice that this is actually one of the best examples of this I've seen, where the yellow is a lot shorter than it should be. So you'll notice the white tip, it looks just fine, and the orange section, the orange section looks about normal. And let me get a regular piece of candy corn to compare. It's You'll also notice this is slightly shorter than your average candy corn, right? And but the thing that I've noticed is the yellow section. You'll notice it's very distinctive orange splotches, and it's got the but the yellow section is very tiny on this one. It's one of the smallest I've seen. I mean, aside from the ones where it's like entirely orange, but this one still has some yellow. Basically, you could say that the bottom would be yellow, but the rest would be orange. That's basically this one, and that's what I think makes this piece of candy corn interesting. Hey there, buddy boys. So today I've got another piece of candy corn I wanted to show you. This one, I think that what makes it interesting is there's actually quite a few things. So you'll notice this one, it's straight out of the bag. So, but you'll notice it's got this noticeable groove right here. I'm not sure what caused that. Probably some machinery, and it also has the indented tip. That's fairly common, and I wouldn't really count that as a defect, but it's pretty pronounced on this one. But this groove, I've seen this on a few pieces, but it's not that common. And then the yellow seems slightly smaller than your average. I mean, not much, if at all. Let me compare. Yeah, you'll notice it's slightly smaller, and that's pretty noticeable. But this groove is really what makes it special to me, and that's why I think this piece of candy corn is special.